Yeah, I was coming up with how to cure dehydration at home. Water bottle. That's one of them. But are there other ways to cure dehydration at home? I have two people with me today. My name is Guy Severson, licensed massage therapist. I also have Irene Severson, my wife. She is also a licensed massage therapist. That's a story in and of itself. And then we have the special opportunity and privilege of having with us Dr. Jamie Bohlman. How to cure dehydration at home. Thoughts?
Pour a glass of water.
Well, but I've got a nice big huge pot of tea here, or coffee here.
That'll dehydrate you.
It's liquid.
Just because it's liquid doesn't mean it's hydrating.
What does that mean?
That's right. So Miss Irene is perfectly right. There are certain chemicals that are sometimes in these other drinks that will actually cause you to lose water. So we talked about in one of our first videos that the whole definition of dehydration is when your body cannot take in enough water to maintain what it puts out. And so there are certain, like teas, caffeine, sodas, lots of sugar, where it causes us to lose more water than we take in. So
well,
yes.
The good news here is this is none of those. This is a Monster drink instead. So that's much better, right?
Well, it's got double the caffeine, double the sugar, I'm sure.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Right.
You might want to tell them what's really in the bottle.
Yeah. Well, there is that. What's really in this bottle is actually called Kangen water. It's a really good, healthy water for you. It's actually the only water I drink, but there we go. Now, that's one way. Making sure you choose what it is that you put in your body can help, is one way to know how to cure dehydration at home. Are there other ways?
Well, besides, what we had already talked about by drinking water, you also want to, if you are dehydrated, you want your body to kind of stop, losing water. So sometimes you can, soak in water. Now, Miss Irene, you might have more expertise in that than I do. It's not our typical medicine type thing.
So, yeah, just soaking in a nice, warm, not hot. I like my water hot when I soak in the tub. That will dehydrate you as well because you're sweating in the process. But nice warm water and just soak in it along with your glass of water so you gain water inside and outside, helping because the water absorbs through your skin. Your skin's your biggest organ that there is. And so it absorbs right through your skin also. So you'll be hydrating yourself from both sides. Doing a hot and cold, maybe more of a warm and cold. It helps create more circulation as well as absorption from the inside and outside. Just cooling, refreshing on that.
So I did want to mention something here is in our videos, we are not attempting to necessarily cure anything, but what we're doing is we're bringing forward ideas that we can implement from the comfort of our own home, like in this particular conversation here, that can help to restore, rejuvenate, and bring us to a better sense of well-being. However, I really do want to express that if you're dealing with serious dehydration, one of the first places to turn, or one of the best places to turn, is professional medical assistance from your doctor. That is really key. And with that said, while somebody's dealing with that process before they're able to get to their doctor, do you have other ideas on the how to cure dehydration at home.
Yes, prevention really is key. From my expertise, most of my treatment is in the clinical setting. So as a previous pediatric hospitalist, dealing with people who come into the hospital, being admitted, and also dealing in the clinical, aspect, and sending them to the hospital, because when you get to the end stages where you really need, quick, therapy, you have to kind of get it through IV. Now, prevention is key. And so that's where I'm also here as a student trying to learn some of these, wellness prevention tips too. So I don't know. I'm going to put that question back to you.
Okay.
Well, on your way, you can be sure to be sipping on water. Mm-hmm. You can have a wet cloth around your neck, mm-hmm. or wherever else that's exposable. So there's things you can be doing on your way there too.
I do have, one thing that I thought of, is that if you have a child and they're vomiting a lot, and you don't necessarily want them to start chugging on lots of water, because it's just going to come right back out. So just little sips, you had mentioned, mm-hmm. Little sips. And so that's really how to keep your kid hydrated if they're having issues, so that you don't have to go to the hospital. Prevention is key. Correct. I can't say that enough. And so
I'm going to put something forward just based on what you said. To both of us, I know what my own experience is when I'm not feeling well, to the point of vomiting and such. And for some reason, I do not drink pop. I am not a pop drinker. But during that time, if I take some Sprite is what I use, and I drink that Sprite down, it seems to calm my stomach. I don't know if there's a clinical or a reason for that, or if we even want to address that topic, but that's what I experience. Is there any thoughts on that as it relates to staying hydrated, but why that Sprite helps?
Well, I remember as a kid, my own pediatrician, whenever I did have GI issues, would always recommend that. I don't ever recall during my medical school training why that would be, except the only thing I can think of is that it does offer a little bit of hydration, but it also offers a little bit of energy. That sugar that is in the pop, does kind of help a little bit, because you do need, your body does run on sugar. It does run definitely on water. And so you do need a little bit of both. Now, here in the modern days, we use more Pedialyte, which is more, ideal body type, stuff.
Okay.
I've heard something. I've not checked it. I don't know no facts on it, but I heard a little bit of the soda changes the soda, the pH of the stomach. But again, it's not checked.
Now, the one concern I would have in the process of how to cure dehydration at home with this treatment that I do to myself, if I'm in that situation, is, haven't we talked in previous videos that soda dehydrates? Yes. And if it dehydrates, or am I, by following that path, which I do, am I actually causing more trouble or potential trouble going down that path? Is there any thoughts from either side on that? So
it's not a maintenance therapy by any means.
Okay.
So this is just a little bit, mm-hmm. And I have to say, when I was a kid, my mom did that too. And so, but I don't really have a good answer for that.
Fair enough.
I think as long as you balance it, put the stomach at ease, you're going to be able to drink more water.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
So as long as you're not drinking more soda than what you are water, and maybe that much soda to that much water. Concept. You're going to work it through.
So we've been...
Just so you know, soda crackers work the same way.
So is it the soda in those items?
That's just the thought process I have.
Interesting. Well, we've been talking about how to cure dehydration at home. As I mentioned halfway into this video, please check with your doctor when and if possible because, well, they've got the background to help you. And that's important. Any closing thoughts on either side? All right. Well, we will see you in our next video.